Hello guys, I am Nidhi Bagalwadi, your science teacher, Sankalp Learning Solutions. In the last class, we started with our environment, right? So we started with the concept of what is environment. Well, that is nothing but our surroundings and what all will be there. What are those components called as? So in lower standards, we learned like living things, non-living things. But now we are learning them as biotic and non-biotic, abiotic components, right? And the interaction between two is called as ecosystem. Components of ecosystem as abiotic and biotic. And also we learned regarding the food chain, what is the advantage or what is the need of food chain in our in the surroundings. And food web also we discussed. Then we studied about various types of food chain in ocean, in pond, in grassland ecosystem. And we learned regarding types of ecosystem as a natural ecosystem and the man-made or artificial ecosystem. Today we are going to deal with the next concept of our environment. Okay, so let us start with it. Right. So as we discussed regarding the trophic levels, as I said you before, in the food chain, each stage is called as trophic level. Each step in a food chain is called as trophic level. So what happens in each step? There will be a transfer of food energy. There will be a transfer of food. You might say only the food. No, energy will also be transferred. So the first trophic level always consists of producers. Second, third, fourth trophic level will be consist of primary, secondary, and tertiary consumer. Since the transfer of food energy, the energy from the trophic level to trophic level goes on decreasing. So the number of trophic levels will be limited. That is why they will not exceed to 4 or 5, because at last, the last trophic level, the organism which will be present at last trophic level, it will be getting very less energy. Okay, so here you can see the pyramid, ecological pyramids. You can see ecological pyramid. So here, as you can see, just a minute. Okay, as you can see, the producers, the energy is more. This indicates the energy is more. And the herbivores, primary consumer, the energy become less. At the secondary consumer, the energy again reduced. And the tertiary consumer, the energy they will get is very small. So as the trophic level increases, the flow of energy decreases. Okay, so let us see how it occurs. So energy flow in trophic levels, how the energy flows in the trophic levels along with the food. So we know that green plants prepare their food using the sunlight. So the green plant from the sunlight, they will utilize or they will use 1% of solar energy. How much ever amount of energy falling on them, out of that they will use 1% of solar energy falling on them. Using that, they will prepare their food by a process of photosynthesis and they store the food. Then during the transfer of food energy, for example, from the producers to consumers. So from the producers to consumers, so 90% of energy will be lost. Energy will be lost. Just a minute, sorry. 90% of energy, that is why I showed minus. Only 10% of energy will be shifted to the next trophic level. So here, so what happens? The energy is lost to the environment. Only 10% of the energy will be transferred to the next trophic level. So what happens? There will be decrease in the amount of energy as the trophic level increases by 10%. Okay. So as the only 10% energy will be flowing throughout the trophic levels, this law is called as 10% law. For example, see here, this pyramid is there, right? Grassland ecosystem, they showed 1000 kilocalories of energy is there. In 1000 kilocalorie, 90% is used or sorry, is lost in the form of energy. Only 10% of it, 10% of it. So what happened? It 10% means 10 by 100 into how much it is? 1000 kilocalorie, right? 1000. So one cancel, one cancel, one cancel, one cancel. So here 100. So 100 kilocalorie out of 1000 kilocalorie of energy, 100 kilocalorie will be shifted to the next level. Again, 10% of 100, 10% of 100 when you do. So you will get around 10 by 100 into 100. So you will get around 10% of energy to the secondary consumer or secondary consumer, right? The next one is tertiary consumer will be getting 1 kilocalorie of energy. So like this, 10% of energy will be flowing from one trophic level to other trophic level. 90% of energy will be lost in the environment. Okay, fine. Next. The next one is biological magnification. So here one more thing. So the pyramid, this energy flow, we will represent in the form of a pyramid, which is called as ecological pyramid. So what are ecological pyramid? Representation of flow of energy in the food chain, where 10% of energy will be shifted or will be flown from one trophic level to other trophic level, and 90% of energy will be lost in the environment. So this representation of the flow of energy is called as ecological pyramid, we can say. Next, biological magnification. What is this biological magnification? So we know that we will have the food, we will have the vegetables, we will have the fruits. So before coming to us, the vegetables, the fruits will be sprayed by insecticides, will be sprayed by pesticides. Okay, no doubt we will wash it, we will boil it, everything, but some or the other part of it will go into inside the living organism body, inside the living organism. See, as you can read here, harmful chemicals like insecticides, pesticides, which are used to protect the crops from the diseases, okay, and enter the food chain. So whatever the sprayed plants are there, so they will enter the food chain. And these chemicals along with the plant, these chemicals which are non-biodegradable, means they will not decay. They will also transfer in a food chain, that is from one trophic level to another trophic level. As the energy decreases in the trophic level, but the amount of these chemicals will go on increasing. Their concentration increases from one trophic level to another trophic level. Since human beings occupy highest, last trophic level, the concentration of chemicals will be more inside our body. So this increase in concentration of chemical in the body of an organism at a higher trophic level is called biological magnification. See here, these are the producers. So these are sprayed with pesticides or insecticides, right? Fine. Then these are eaten by the cow. So in the cow, the chemicals or pesticides or insecticides will not be digested because these are non-biodegradable. They will not decay, they will not decompose, they will not break on down. And the cow directly or indirectly will be eaten by human beings or something. And then if it is a woman will breastfeed her child. So as the trophic level increases, the level of chemicals, the level of chemicals inside the body or in the last trophic level will be at the highest concentration. See, increasing concentration of fat soluble environmental contaminants. Similarly, accumulation of mercury in a food chain. How mercury will be involved in a food chain? See, phytoplanktons and bacteria. Phytoplanktons and bacteria. So these will be eaten by the zooplanktons and the insects inside the ocean. And the small fishes eats this zooplankton and insect. Small fishes will be eaten by large fishes. Large fishes will be eaten by birds and mammals. Birds and mammals are eaten by human beings. So how the mercury will transfer from lower trophic level to higher trophic level. Similarly, DDT. DDT is used to kill the mosquito larvae inside the water, right? So DDT will be utilized or eaten by zooplankton. Zooplankton will be eaten by small fish. So as you know, 0.0003 ppm DDT will be added in the water, which will kill the mosquito larva, and it increases its concentration. It becomes 0.04. It will be eaten or absorbed by zooplankton. And once it is absorbed by zooplankton, the concentration will become 0.5 ppm, increases. So it will be eaten by small fishes, and then it increases to 2 ppm. It will be eaten by large fish, and the large fish will be eaten by eagle. So total DDT in the eagle will be 25 ppm, parts per million. So here DDT concentration increases 10 million times from the actual concentration, 10 million times from the actual concentration in the eagle. See how the chemical level concentration of chemicals are more inside us. So the chemicals are entering indirectly inside our body, which is causing harm to for our body. That process is called as biomagnification, right? Not only, it is not that only from the pesticides or insecticides our body will get harmful chemicals. See, you can see by the fishes, by the mammals and the birds. So from everything, our body is consuming more chemicals. The concentration of chemicals is increasing inside the body, which is called as biological magnification. Fine. So to reduce this biological magnification, what can be done? You might heard in the market nowadays, you will get the products which are organic products. What are those organic products? Those organic products, or the organic vegetables, fruits, whatever the consumables will be there, those will be grown without insecticides, without pesticides, only with the organic manure. So you might ask, how we will be knowing that they will grow by organic manure? If you don't trust, so please grow by yourself. In your house, you can grow your many vegetables, many fruits using the organic manure. It will be fresh enough, so that your body will not be exposed to the much concentration of the chemicals, right? So organic farming, organic crops, organic consumables, are the demand for them are increasing because of this. But they are quite costly, because their maintenance, because as they will not spray insecticides and pesticides, they have to be maintained very carefully, without getting any diseases, without attacked by any pests and all, right? So that is why those crops or those things which will come from organic origin, those will be costly actually. So this is one of the remedy for the biomagnification. Then the next one is how human activities are in affecting the environment. The last concept of this chapter, how human activities is affecting the environment. The first one we have, first we affected the ozone layer. We know ozone layer, the layer which is present in a stratosphere, which prevents the UV rays, harmful UV rays reaching the earth's surface. So it is also damaging, and its chemical composition is O3. It is made up of 3 atoms of oxygen. How we are affecting, how our actions are affecting it, we will study that. The next one is managing garbage we produce. We are failing for waste management. So waste management should be done. Next one, sewage water treatment. The water treatment, the sewage or the water from your toilets, it can be treated and it can be used to water the plants. So how that sewage treatment can be done, so that will also benefits the environment. Okay, so regarding these all, how ozone depletion is how ozone is getting depleted by our action, how we are managing the waste, how waste management can be done, as well as the last one is how sewage water treatment is done. So that all we are going to discuss in the next session of this lesson, which will be the last session of this lesson, that is our environment. I hope the concept of biomagnification, the concept of ecological pyramids, the concept of energy flow in the food chain is clear for you. Here we have to remember the three important points. The first one is 10% law. That is 10% of energy will be shifted from one trophic level to other trophic level. Trophic level means each step in the food chain. And 90% of energy will be lost in the environment. That is 10% law. Next, representation of a food chain in the form of an energy flow, that is called as an ecological pyramid. Next, we learned biological magnification, that is, our body is becoming house for the chemicals. The chemical concentration is being increased in our body, which is called as biomagnification, which is harming our body, right? So the last trophic level, it always affects the last trophic level. So usually in every food chain, the last trophic level will be the human beings. Then next, we should move on to the how human beings are intervening, are disturbing the environment, how they are causing harm to the environment. That all we are going to discuss, how we are going to face it, how, what are the plans to escape from it, and what are the remedies we should follow from now to protect our environment. That all we are going to discuss in the next session. Until that, take care. Have a nice day. Bye bye.